Okay, I think we're ready to go. We're a little bit early, but why not? Okay, so let's do this. And good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are. So we're starting our show 30 seconds early. It's no big deal. I'm just anxious to get to work. You can understand that, I'm sure. So my friends, like usual, let's start off our day by first of all going over to the computer, checking out what we did yesterday, and then we'll tackle our day from there. So what did we do yesterday? Well, we did quite a bit. We started off by adding some dark gray at that lower right-hand side of our city. Then we added the first and eventually the second coat of orange to our little planets. We added some cerulean blue to our nuclear guy. We finished off the destructive city, and then we added the dark cerulean to our guy. So that is basically what we did yesterday. What are we going to do today? Well, we're basically going to continue on this painting. We're going to start off by putting on the second coat of the light blue cerulean, that baby blue, on our nuclear guy. Then we'll be adding the red shadows to our planets. Like that, it will give time for the blue to dry. And then we'll go back and we'll add the darker cerulean to our nuclear guy. We'll see what time it'll be. I'm sure all that will take about 20 minutes or a little bit more. After that, what we'll do is that I will add a black background, well, not a background, but just an edge to between the main painting and our frame all the way around. So that's what we will do to end our stream. So let's get to work right away. I'm going to grab a little bit of white paint, some cerulean, make that nice baby blue paint for our nuclear guy. And well, and I don't know what end. Anyways, so I got the white together right there. We don't need that much. There isn't enormous amount of surface to cover. So get that together. I will clean off, like I always do, my knife. There we go. Get that cleaned off so we can make sure we don't get white paint in our other colors. And yes, let's get that paint on my hands right away. Otherwise, I wouldn't be a painter. And let's get the cerulean blue. It is right here. So I did put an awful lot of white paint there. I don't think I'm going to need that much. I'm going to be careful. I mean, you know, the prices of materials are so expensive that you can't afford to waste anything. So there we go. Got my dark cerulean with that white paint. We are going to blend this in together like that. We'll find the right hue that we want. I mean, it doesn't have to be exactly like the first coat. We can vary a little bit as long as it's lighter than the cerulean. Up. Let's put this away right here. Let's pick up the paintbrush that we need. I can assume that this one will do the trick. And I'll just go over to camera number 1 there, and we can mix this, blend this in together. So let me bring this camera a little closer. There we go. So we can work this out. So this is the white paint from yesterday. So this is the paint that interests us right here. So I'm just going to blend all this in together. Just like that. So I got this new microphone in January, I think, or February. And I've never really used it with the fan. So I'm just thinking of that right now, because I did turn the fan on low so the paint will dry faster so we can come back later and continue on this painting without having to wait. But I'm thinking about the noise of the fan on my microphone. Now, of course, anybody who's done these kind of shows will tell you, well, all I have to do is put what they call a noise gate on my microphone, and the noise gate will just kind of mute everything that is around me when I'm not talking. I don't use the noise gate because the noises in the streets and the noises surrounding this building are just part of the studio. I like that kind of ambiance, so I don't use it, and I hope I'm not going to regret it now that it's summertime, it's so much warmer out. I hope so I'll have to check this stream afterwards to make sure that just to make sure that everything is okay. So in case you do hear the fan, I apologize. I will work on that and check it out and try to fix it if need be. So what I do need first, though, is my chair to get down below here. And I guess I'm all set. So I have a lot of hair flopping around today. I don't know why, but anyways. So let's get to work. I'll go back to camera number 1. We'll add this second coat of light cerulean. So it's a little bit lighter than what we had yesterday, which absolutely does not matter. There we go. And of course there will be a black outline to all this, which gives me leeway. There we go. And let's get this done here. The second coat is basically just to get rid of all the paintbrush strokes that you can see. And by putting the second coat, even though it's lighter, you will not see these strokes through the paint. There we go. And when I put the second coat of the darker cerulean, that's when I will make the special effects and whatever. Otherwise, this is just the background. I guess I could put it that way as well. So this one's very quickly. And with the fan, this should be nice and dry when we're all done with our planets or bubbles or whatever you want to call it. There we go, just making sure everything is nice and thick. There. Okay. So we got that part done. Now let's get the red paint together, and we'll just add a little shadow to all these little planets, little bubbles, which really make all the difference in the world. So here's my red paint. Nicely sealed. Sealed so much that I could barely open it. I'm not surprised when I see all the paint that's caked up on this can. God, I need a sandblaster to get all this off. Okay, so what do I need? I need my knife. I'll use the cap to the red paint as a palette. There we go. I don't need that much. Obviously, there's not going to be much of a surface to cover, so that's good too. Let me just Once again, clean off my knife. Keep the materials as clean as possible. There we go. So everything going okay here? Streaming at 5,000 kbs per second. That's pretty good. No drop frames, everything looking pretty good. Okay, on the technical level, everything's okay. So my knife is nice and clean. Well, everything is relevant, right? Everything is relevant. Let me get the camera ready. So what do I mean by that? Let me just show you real quickly here. So this is what I consider a clean knife, right? I got rid of the red paint, but as you can see, after 30 years or whatever, this knife still is pretty, well, whatever. I consider it clean. And like I said, everything is relevant. So put that away. So what I'm going to do, though, I'm going to work this red paint with a little bit of water because I want it to really glide on the, I want to have total control over how I put this down on the canvas, and I'm going to find the right paintbrush too. I mean, to do a good job in painting, you basically need three things. You need the consistency and the texture of the paint to be just right. You need the right paintbrush. And third, to be in a comfortable position to paint. If you combine all three of those things, you should be able to get away with doing a good job. So, is this the paintbrush I'm going to use, though? That is a good question. It looks a little small, so I guess not. Which means what? Well, maybe this is the guy I need. So I'll put him to soak, and I'm going to grab just a little bit larger brush just to work the paint to get it to have that consistency where it will glide as though it was ink on my canvas. Well, a little bit thicker than ink because I want to keep the opacity of this paint to its maximum potential. Because I'm not going to be putting 2 coats of this on, so I want it to be nice and thick, but yet I want to have, like I said, the right control over it so it will glide exactly the way I would want it to. So, how's this? This looks pretty good, nice and creamy. I used to say creamy like pudding, but my friend David made too much fun of me saying that, so I don't say it anymore. There we go. Okay, so I'm all set on this. Let me get rid of the excess water on my paintbrush. That always could be catastrophic. There we go. Is this going to be the right paintbrush? Well, there's only one way to find out, and it's to go ahead and do this. So, I'm going to switch over then to camera number 1, and let's start putting these red shadows on these paintings, on these bubbles. Okay, I'm going to do a few. I'm not convinced this is the right paintbrush still. I'm going to try this one here. Let's see what this does to me. Well, not too bad at all. So I guess I can't complain. Let's continue. I'll bring the camera over. I'll zoom in a little more just so you can have a better idea of what I'm doing. All I have to do is remember to move the camera though. So let's do these little guys here. Yeah, if I can get several of these, I won't have to think about moving the camera every second or two. Very good. Now I'll grab this last one right here. Okay. And this fat one here, I think I'll zoom more on this one, just like that. Give me some materials when I do the editing to my movie. Very good. Let's get over these other guys right here. All right, so let me pull this. Let's get these last few down here on the right hand side. There we go, very nice. All right. All right, and what do we have? This big guy here. So I'll zoom in a little more on this one. And I'll just move the camera just a whisker over, so there we go. All right, and we just have these lower ones to do, and for that I will grab my chair. There we go, right here. So I see the cerulean blue is just about dry, which is excellent. The fan definitely kind of helped. There we go. And I do have to move over. Let me move this camera over as well and just kind of zoom in. Where's that third one? Down below. Oh, there it is. Okay. Very good. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of red here because I did add one more little flame. There we go. So we got that done. Very good. So get the red out of the way. And let's step back and take a look and see where we're at now. So did I get all the planets? Yes, I did. And again, all this is just the background. All that is going to be covered up with some leaves. And let's get the ceruleum together now. Let's move along. What am I looking for? The cerulean blue, which is right over here, I guess. And here's a palette from yesterday. I guess I can use it again. There we go. Am I going to have enough right there? That is a good question. Maybe I'll add just a little bit more. There we go. So, okay, so let's, again, I'm going to use some water to get this blue cerulean paint to be nice and just get that right texture that, like I mentioned earlier, will just glide on the canvas beautifully. All we want to do is cover up the brush strokes, which is a lot more obvious on this color rather than on the lighter blue. So I saw that, I didn't see it actually, I just heard about it, that the French President Macron got slapped in the face yesterday when he was in a little town here in southeastern France. Boy, those French, man, they don't, I swear, hot-tempered. But they didn't storm the Capitol yet. So hopefully I have enough paint right there. This should do it for my second coat. So let me see, let me get the camera. Let me just put this down for a second. And I'll get camera number 1 here, yes. I'll zoom in a little bit. There we go. And just like before, I'll grab my chair as well. So I'm going to just step back for a second, take a look. Now, of course, there's going to be a black outline on everything, so I don't have to be that picky. And, okay, very good. So let's continue. I'll come back again to camera number 1. There we go. So. And on the edge, which I'm doing right now, there will be a black outline. This is what we're going to do later on, as soon as I'm done with this part. So, There we go. Very good. Very good. Very good. And let's just get a little. Voila. All right. Okay, very good. So, we got that part done. Now all we have to do is fill in the eyeballs of yellow and the outline, and that guy will be all done with. And now, where are we at? Let's just step back for a second. I will have a little sip of water if you don't mind. Chin chin. As they say in France. Right? It's like cheers. So, I hear footsteps and knocks, footsteps and knocks on the door.
Yeah, it's because
It is Pierre Alex,
so
the famous painter.
yeah, on the wall.
Peter Alex, voilà.
Ça va?
Yes, man. Et toi, ça va?
Ouais, ça va.
T'as été à la plage?
Ce matin?
Oui? Non?
Ce matin, je me suis baigné.
Ah, tu t'es fait couper les cheveux?
Bah ouais. Je m'ai coiffé. Hein. Là, ça va pas du tout là.
Ouais.
Ouais, c'est bon, allez, je m'en fous.
Ils t'ont pas coupé beaucoup en tout cas, seulement
non,
les
non,
que les longueurs.
Je vais t'expliquer l'histoire. J'étais dans le.
Ah oui.
The world want to know my history, I think.
Oui.
I
Viens
am-
là mon coco, parce qu'on
I am going
on est sur
in
caméra.
the shop of the hair in the
Regarde, voilà le truc.
Sénégal.
Non, c'est là où on voit ce qui se passe à l'antenne. Bah non, parce que t'es pas dans le bon truc.
Ah, c'est inversé, gaucher, droitier.
Voilà, c'est pour ça que je te dis de te mettre là.
Non, je suis allé voir un vieux coiffeur sénégalais qui m'a loupé, je t'ai expliqué.
Oui, tu m'as dit, tu m'as dit.
Là, j'ai dit, je suis juste allé ici pour qu'il m'égalise. Quel égalise? Donc égaliser, ça sera bien dans un mois, si tu veux.
Non, mais c'est pas mal du tout, là. Hein. C'est pas mal du tout. Sauf que t'as les cheveux en bataille, quoi.
Ouais, je viens de faire ma sieste chez Joël. Ma sieste chez Joël.
Ah, on avait mal compris, là.
Voilà, ça va.
D'accord, oui, ça va. Je t'ai imprimé, je t'ai fait 2 copies au cas où.
Ouais, au cas où
Ils sont sur la table là-bas, si tu veux.
Sur mon prénom.
Bah, pour la prochaine fois, ou je sais pas.
Le gars chiant.
Exact. Oui, s'il te plaît.
Oh, merci, c'est gentil. Figure-toi que j'avais 50 000 câbles dans un sac depuis 15 ans.
Ah oui,
Et comme je
tu m'as
fais le tri, j'ai tout amené chez François, il m'a dit balance tout. J'ai tout balancé. Un jour après, j'ai besoin de ma photocopieuse. Et bien sûr, j'ai jeté le câble.
Ouais,
Putain.
typique.
Oh là là, je te jure. Alors j'ai dû jeter des trucs qui doivent me servir, mais enfin bon, il a fallu que je fasse la tri, quoi. Non, le pire c'est que j'ai pas tout jeté. J'en ai gardé, j'ai pas gardé les bons. Bon, merci. J'ai rendez-vous demain matin.
C'est où ça, la préfecture que tu vas?
Alors figure-toi que c'est juste derrière chez moi. Avant c'était près de chez Mireille, près de la gare. Maintenant c'est juste derrière mon... là où j'habite.
Ah.
Donc je demande pour être stationnement résident.
Ouais. Qu'est-ce qu'il faut me montrer une facture avec ton
Non, mais plein de
adresse?
trucs. Moi ça fait 10 jours que je suis là, 10 jours que je leur envoie des dossiers, que ça marche pas, ils n'arrivent pas à les ouvrir, PDF. Heureusement que c'était en bas de chez moi, il fallait prendre rendez-vous en bas, à chaque fois pour passer. J'ai passé 10 fois sans rendez-vous.
D'accord.
Parce qu'à chaque fois, ce qu'ils me demandaient, ça marchait pas, je le recevais mal. C'est encore, tu sais, le fameux Internet qui est là pour aider, pour t'aider. Non, c'est pas du tout ça, toi.
Ouais.
C'est là pour te faire chier le monde.
C'est dingue. Enfin, maintenant, tu as ça, tu le remplis, tu lui montres quoi? Un truc de résidence, une facture, et,
voilà,
et c'est tout, quoi.
Il y a trois documents à donner. Bon, c'est pas tout, parce qu'après, tu as une application. Et puis, tu télécharges, tu remplis ta carte, et tu peux te garer dans ton quartier pour 1 euro par jour.
Ah oui, c'est... Ouais,
c'est ça. Avant, on avait une carte. C'était facile.
Oui.
Maintenant, c'est tout par machin, je comprends rien. Donc ça va me permettre, parce que je vais revenir en 2-3 mois quand même, donc ça va me permettre.
Bah oui, bien sûr.
Je vais être dans mon quartier, c'est pas dans mon quartier, j'ai regardé, il y a 4 rues. J'ai le droit à 4 rues. C'est encore un truc de la con, tout ça pour ça.
Ouais.
Oh, je te jure.
Mais enfin bon, 1 euro par jour, ça vaut le coup quand même.
Si je trouve les bonnes places.
Oui, oui. Dans tes 4 rues.
Dans mes 4 rues, voilà. Parce qu'il y en a une où c'est tout en... c'est habituel. Chez moi, donc chez moi, tu peux pas dire.
Ouais, j'ai vu,
Je comprends pas pourquoi.
Je connais.
Plus tous les travaux, en fait, il me reste 3 rues. C'est pas grave.
Non, ça t'occupe, t'as rien à faire. Vaut mieux ça que de traîner à la plage, regarder les minettes.
Ce matin, il y a une petite ce matin.
Putain, que 2.
À 8h30, j'étais content, quoi, figure-toi.
Ah ouais, tu m'étonnes. Aïe. Franchement, j'ai mal de partout, quoi.
Et elles se mettent bien évidemment là où il y a les surfeurs qui font, tu sais, les départs
du
parachute.
Ouais.
Il n'y a que des jeunes avec la musique.
Ouais.
Et dès qu'ils sont arrivés, elles ont regardé comme ça. Mais c'est comme ça.
Dès que toi t'es arrivé, tu veux dire?
Ben non, dès que les pseudo-surfeurs qui se...
Ah oui.
Moi, ils me regardent plus. Moi, pour qu'elle me regarde, il faut que je me mette dans la ligne de mire entre le surfeur et...
Moi, elle me regarde, mais c'est pour m'aider à traverser la rue.
Il y a quoi Sénégal, elle te regarde.
On peut vous aider, monsieur,
à travers... 20 ans, elle te regarde. Tu es le mec à avoir, quoi. Et plus t'es vieux, plus... Je dis rien parce qu'on est en direct sur les réseaux sociaux.
Exactement. J'ai l'ambassadeur du Sénégal là, qui regarde tous les jours.
L'ambassadeur de la femme du Sénégal a adoré mon travail sur l'île de Gorée.
Vas-y, fais ta pub. T'es sans honte. Hein. Fais sa pub sur ma chaîne, c'est pas possible. Déjà, il est dans tous mes films.
Oh là là, parasite.
Que vous pouvez trouver sur mon site. J'en profite aussi. Mais enfin, non, il n'y a que les vrais peintres qui sont là, les vrais bosseurs. Non, je suis seul.
J'ai rendez-vous avec la galerie Ferrero, là, il veut peut-être me reprendre des pièces.
Ah bon, il existe encore, lui?
Non, il est rue 3.
Oui, je sais, j'ai été voir sa galerie, mais...
D'accord. Ouais, écoute, un peu mieux ça que rien. Bon, je repasse tout de suite. Là.
Ça marche, ouais.
Voilà,
Ouais. Tu recevras la facture tout à l'heure. Bon, let's get back to work. After a little interlude with Pierre-Alex, who lives, as you might have understood if you speak French, who lives in Senegal. What camera am I on? Okay, I'm on that one. Okay, let's go back to number 2 over here. So Pierre-Alex has a studio downstairs, used to. He's moving out because he's spending 90% of his time in Senegal, fell in love with the country, fell in love with a beautiful woman from there. So he's back here. He just got back like last week, I think last Friday or something like that. So, And he's only going to be here for another maybe another week or so, maybe less. I'm not sure. I'll have to ask him. Anyways. So I'm just working this paint so it will, I keep repeating myself, but I want this to glide on beautifully. I don't want to take 5 hours to make these lines, so the longer I can make a straight line, the quicker it will go. Not that I'm in any rush, because once I do those lines, we'll be done for the day, I'm afraid. There's not much I'm going to be able to do next. Okay, I thought I had skipped an area, but again, it's the reflection of the light from the window that made it look like that I forgot an area, but it's just because the paint isn't quite dry. So I was just hesitating there because maybe after I finish this lines, I could probably add the first coat of yellow paint on the eyeballs today. I could do that. That is the wonderful advantage of being in summer and having the fan on. It dries so much quicker. I can work so much longer. As I mentioned before, when I usually paint and I have to wait for the paint to dry, I would just go back in my little living room back there, play a computer game for an hour, wait for it to dry, and I would come back and work. But since I decided to do the streaming and I want to share everything that goes on in the studio with you guys, well, I don't have that luxury anymore. So paintings take a little bit longer to do, and but then again, I've been painting for 40 years. I'm in no rush anymore, right? I have like hundreds of paintings that are not sold. So it's no big deal. Now that I scratched my nose and pulled my hair out of my face, what do I need? I need to find that right paintbrush for me to do what I want to do. So maybe this one. I need a soft brush so it can go in long streaks. I don't want it to be too fat. I don't want it to be too thin. This one looks like it'll do the job. If not, I will switch over to this one. So let's start off with this, see how it does. So how am I doing on my camera? Camera's all set. Ah, friggin'. I probably just put paint all over my face. Let me go check here. Sorry about this, folks, but I just want to make sure. Okay. Good old mirror. Sorry about that, but I just wanted to make sure that I didn't have black paint all over my face. So I'm going to do like I usually do. I'm going to start on the upper left-hand corner, and I'm going to work my way around like that. I'm sure I'm not going to put my hand in the paint. And I am just going to move off to the side the camera so I'm not in front of the lens also. So, oh shit, I'm also kind of low here. So I am going to bring a little stool to stand on. There we go. Okay, not too bad. I do have to come back down though. Come back here for a second because I noticed there's a lot of water on my paintbrush. There, let me get rid of that. And I'll go back over here. So, what is going on here? It looks like my paint is not as opaque as I'd like it to be. Did I put too much water in here? I'm not sure. Let's continue a little bit more and then I'll see. Oh, I guess it's okay. Okay, very good. All right. Be careful not to put my hand in the red paint that we just put on our planets. Okay, so, whoops. I'm going to continue on that top part like that. I can eventually get rid of my stool. There we go. Well, I was lucky there because I almost put my hand in the red paint. Just trying to concentrate and have this line as straight as possible. There we go. Just going to make this a little fatter right here. There we go. Okay, that's what I thought. I'm not in the field of the camera. Let me just get this part done and I'll get down and switch that. I apologize. There we go. So, of course, I'm not in the field again of the camera, damn it. Again, I apologize. Okay, I guess I'm gonna grab my chair in a few seconds. No need for me to break my back. There we go. All right, so I'll pull this baby back. I'll grab my chair as well. Might as well continue on this right side before I switch over to the other side. Okay, I know I'm not in the field of the camera anymore, but I can't stop. I'm just making a nice straight line and it's working out pretty good. So I had to continue as far as I could go. There we go. And let me bring this camera closer like that. I don't have to get up. Just reach over. And we are, where are we? Right about here. So I'm still a little high or a little low, whatever. Let's just continue on this baby. There we go. It's a little tricky because my canvas, since it's stapled to the wall, is slightly curved. Not curved, but when I put the red background, it kind of curved it towards the inside. Buckled, I guess you would say. It buckled towards the inside, so it's a little awkward painting there. And I think I will just stop there, actually, and go back to the other side over here and catch up. So where are we? We're basically here, a little bit higher. Okay, there. I just have just a little camera, little window to see exactly where I am at. So let's go back over here. Guess I don't need my chair right away. There we go. Okay. Very good. I am getting my chair ready because there's always a little awkward position here. Okay. Let me zoom in now. Lower the camera. I am going to sit down as well. Let me come back to camera number 1. There we go, very good. Let me grab the other side now. Okay, my paint is a little thick now. I definitely need to drop just a little bit of water. And rework this paint a little bit. There we go. Up, just another little drop here, get it all mixed in together. I don't want to lose the opacity, so that's why I'm making sure everything is nicely blended. The water, the polymer emulsion, and the pigments all mixed in together. There we go. And I am going to wipe off my brush just to make sure there's no water residue. There. Okay, got that done. Where are we? On that lower left-hand corner. I guess I never moved the cameras. Okay, I apologize for that once again. I thought I had switch cameras, but apparently I didn't. Sorry about that again. So this is not going to be a very comfortable position to paint in. Even though I'm sitting in my chair, I can tell right away. So maybe I should go and sit on my stool instead. I'll do that in a few seconds. There we go. Okay. So I guess I am going to have to figure out another way to sit down, maybe right on this guy. Let's paint down. Actually, I even have a little circular pillow. Look at that. My, my, my. Okay, very good. Let's continue. So where's my camera at? My camera is all set right there. Number 1 is all set. I'll move it as I move along. So let's switch over to that, baby. Yes, I have a phone call, but tough luck. There we go. Let me bring this guy a little bit closer, just like that.